Hello, I'm Otto, and welcome to episode 5 of my Factorio quality playthrough. So in the last episode, we set up some quality plastic and some quality red circuits. So after I did finish off, extend this and make sure to get all this filled in. I also reconnected the copper plate output to the input. I looped it back around onto the bus, and the reason why is because if these were, you can see that there's quality building up right here. Had we just left this with the quality coming through, this would have been a little bit of a problem. There is an alternate solution we are going to kind of go over right now. So someone in the comments made the suggestion that I should be filtering these for quality, and I totally agree. So you can do greater than normal, or you can do greater than or equal to uncommon. So we're just going to have both of these bringing in only quality. Since these are just quality, we can get away with that and have the rest of the normal quality going through, which, you know, once this gets fleshed out would mean that we do not need this line. We would not need this line up here, but I'm going to leave it for now, obviously, because we have quality mixed in. So for this episode, what are we going to be doing? So we are... I know I said in the last episode we were going to hopefully get up to blue circuits and LDS. I don't think we're going to be able to get to LDS, so I want to at least get on to blue circuits. We have a couple builds that I want to do in between. And for starters, one of those is going to be sulfuric acid. So we have electronic circuits and advanced circuits. Those are complete, and so we need some sulfuric acid. I opted not to put sulfur on the bus because we only really need it for sulfuric acid. So we're just going to make a full sulfuric acid build here. I initially was going to turn the bus here, but then I was like, you know what? I can probably get away with adding a build into here. So we're going to set up sulfur here and then turn the bus here. And if you kind of see, we probably could fit another build in here, but I'm not going to do that. And the reason why is because that would mean that I would need to turn the bus here, and we have some cliffs right here, so I would rather not deal with those. Anyways, so we need to set up some sulfuric acid here. So what do we need for sulfuric acid? We need iron plates, we need sulfur, we need water. So for sulfur, we need petroleum gas and water. These are made in a chemical plant. That is easy enough. So I am going to measure this out. And we're going to need a bit of space over on the right hand side, so maybe like this. All we really need is one, well, I mean, we need a lane for the sulfuric acid, and we need a lane for, let's say, iron coming out. Actually, I think it would be easier if iron was on the outside. So we're also going to need to bring iron in. The way that we're going to do that is the way that we've been setting this up. Like this. This allows us to keep things nice and flush. And then I am going to condense these to the top by having a priority output on the right hand side with all these splitters lined up. Okay, so sulfuric acid. So the thing about sulfur, the thing about sulfur is we create 2 per second. So we need water and we need petroleum gas. And we're using yellow belts. So our yellow belts can only move 15 items per second. I want to vertically rotate. It doesn't matter, horizontally rotate. It doesn't matter which way you flip this, as long as you flip every other, just so that the inputs and outputs line up. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to paste it onto the other side. And we're moving, okay, like I was saying, we're moving 15 items per second, and these create 2 per second. So the 8 here will be creating 16 per second. So one of these towards the middle is not going to be producing a decent amount of the time. But we're going to have a basically kind of like a full belt of sulfur and a full belt of sulfur here. And then we're going to use underground belts to hop this. And that's kind of going to dictate how we have this set up. Because I need this to be on the inside like this. And then these can be on the outside. I suppose we could have had our iron coming in here. This is probably fine. Yeah, this will be fine. Okay, so we're just going to match what we have on the other side. Actually, I can probably just copy all of this and then remove the... remove the belts after. I did not grab enough pipes. That's okay, I'll get some later because I will need to... I'll need to get some extra when we bring the petroleum gas and the water in here. So the water I want to continue on. The petroleum gas, it's fine if it ends right here. Okay, so now all we need is to just get this on the belts. We're also going to need some power, and I like using substations. I know some people don't. I don't really know why, but I'm going to put one there and one here. That will cover all of this. So now all of this has power. And then as for sulfuric acid, so we're just going to peel these apart like this. Sulfuric acid. We only have the one liquid to deal with, so getting the liquids in here is going to be quite a bit easier. I think I'm going to do it. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so that will be our water in. And as for the iron plates, I have no intention of extending this, so it is perfectly fine if it just loops back around. Now, we could have this, like if we did go ahead and do this, this would kind of be future-proofing it, so... Oh, I would really have preferred to have these all lined up. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do this anyways. Okay, so the sulfuric acid takes 5 sulfur per second, so that's going to consume, 3 of these will consume a full yellow belt. Once we upgrade to red belts though, then these on the end will be able to make some stuff for us. Make some sulfuric acid. And now we just need to get the sulfuric acid out. Okay, and that is going to be our sulfuric acid build. So before I connect all this, I want to talk about turning the bus. So it's probably easier if we start down here. So we're going to need to remove this one on the corner and this one on the top corner. The rest of them can stay. That's fine. So it's pretty much as simple as you would think. Just take them all, turn them, make sure that you leave space for 2 materials coming through over here. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. I might even continue it on just a bit. That way I'm not wasting your time, but I do need to get some more materials. So yeah, I'm going to get the petroleum gas and the water dragged down this way, and I will be back shortly. Okay, so I've hooked up some water and petroleum gas, and we now have sulfur coming through, and looks like, yeah, we have sulfuric acid. So now that just leaves getting the iron back onto the bus. We could squeeze it onto the first belt, or we could just do the second belt. We're just going to do the second one, so then this can come over. And this will all be compressed upwards anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to worry about prioritizing that either. Okay, so, and the sulfuric acid. Where did the sulfuric acid need to go? I believe that was maybe somewhere in the middle. Oh, it was with the oil. Okay. Right there. Okay, so for the next build, I think I'm going to try to squeeze it over here. And the reason why is because it's not very big. It's going to be a little bit of a pain taking the iron off the kind of the turn of the bus, but that's also partially why I'm doing it, is because it is pretty much a build. Is it like okay, we're doing pipes, and all we need is iron plates. So to be able to get this off, this is going to look something like this. We're pretty far out from this, but we should still have enough room, so I'm going to measure this out. And we should just have enough room to squeeze everything back out. Yes, okay. Alright, so I'm going to have iron coming in here. And merging back onto the bus here. We're going to have an underground, something like this. Okay, so this is going to be for pipes. And we're going to do the same thing that we've done with some of the other builds. Okay, so here's the thing. So going forward, whenever it comes to the pipes and the gears over here, and I just realized I have not doubled up on this yet. Whenever it comes to the pipes and the gears, we have alternate ways of creating these later. And that is from casting pipe, and in the case of the gears, that is, I mean, either way, it's coming out of the foundry. Casting iron gear wheel. So this comes out of the foundry, which we will be unlocking on Volcanus. And the thing is I might end up, it's going to be a little bit of a tough one, because the foundry does give us faster crafting speeds. And it also gives us increased productivity, and that includes the pipes and that includes the gears. So I'm kind of torn between the two, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and set this up for legendary. That way we can have, we can be prepared for the future. Sure, why not? This kind of makes an even yellow belt having these 10 down here, so that is going to be fine for me for now. And then we will put these out on the bus here, or on the belt. And that means the last thing that we need is power. Let's toss it in the middle. Okay, so that is being added there, and why are we not creating over here? What's going on? Oh. Right, problem solved. And, okay, so we have, I want to say it was coming in here for the pipes. What was this? I don't remember what this middle... Oh, this was LDS. Okay. Why are we still not making pipes? There they go. Oh, no, 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 we need quality. Almost forgot the quality. Ah, shame on me. Okay, so that is 2 builds down, and now we are going to be doing... this is actually not going to work. This is not right. Let's, yeah, I'll just have this jump over this way. Because we need to have this merge back onto the bus, if you remember. So we will have pipes wrapping back around and coming through here, and then this is LDS and it can just continue on. Okay, so I am going to head down and make sure that we are ready for blue circuits. I will be back shortly. Okay, so now it is time for blue circuits. We might need a little extra room for blue circuits, but I'm going to set it up with the regular amount of space for now. Okay, so normally, we're gonna try to bring this in. So I normally try to bring in a full belt. Well, okay, whenever I set this up, I normally have red belts, but whenever I do set it up, I prefer to have like one full belt of green circuits, and then one that's split between green circuits and red circuits. We definitely don't want to be merging belts, or at least I'm going to try not to be merging belts. So I don't want to have that. I don't want to have half a green and half a red together. So for, let's see, for blue circuits, we need, that is 8. Let's see. Maybe something like this. Whoops. Okay, so it's going to be a little tricky, but we are going to have 2 belts coming in. Like this. This one will grab off the far side. This one will grab off the close one. And then we're going to need to figure out how to get sulfuric acid in here. Probably like this. Well, maybe not all the way, but you get the idea. Something like this. And we're going to have some... Okay, so we're going to start with red circuits. Since we're not like dealing with anything crazy, we're just going to peel it off the belt regularly. We're going to need a little extra room, so I don't really want to fiddle around with this too much. As far as getting some of the stuff in. We're still going to have to pull this back, though. Okay, I didn't need to pull it back like that, but I'm just going to go ahead and send this all the way out. Okay, and then for green circuits, we can have one peeling off like this. I suppose we can just do it like this. That should be fine. Okay, so our green circuits will come in here. Red circuits here. Easy enough, right? The blue circuits craft pretty slow, so it's not going to be a big deal that we're using longhand inserters. And they're good enough to get 1.5 per second anyways. I guess since I'm talking about the speed of the inserters, I should also go ahead and mention... So I've been dabbling at some of the research. I opted not to go with the inserter capacity bonus 3 because it just uses the bulk inserter, and we haven't done anything with the bulk inserter, but the one before it, you definitely want to get at least up to 2 because this increases the capacity of the normal inserters, the burner, the inserter, the longhand, and the fast inserter by an additional item. So now these are capable of moving 2 items at a time, which is quite handy, I should say. This one's going to be a little bit more tricky, I think. So that is... Oh, maybe not. Definitely didn't need to go this far back, but whatever. I don't think it'll affect us too much. Okay, so we have 2 belts of red coming in, 2 belts of green. That's right, 1 belt of red, 2 belts of green. And I'm probably going to double up on this after, so it will be twice the size, something like that. I guess the bots can maybe dabble at that for now. Okay, so we still need outputs. Nope, there we go. Not quite, there we go. And we're going to do the same thing that we've been doing. We're just going to have 1 blue quality on each side. And then a green quality on each side times 2. And these will need quality. Rip. Can't put it in. Alright, I guess we're setting it up now. Thanks, bots. This is kind of this is similar to what happened to me whenever I was setting up my smelting stacks. I normally don't set my smelting stacks up like all at the same time, and then once the bot started going at it, I was like, okay, whatever. Man, when we have to upgrade the quality modules, oh boy, it's gonna be, excuse me, what the heck? Did any of the other inserters? No. That is pretty neat though, that you can shift click and force the ingredients into an inserter. Jeez, speaking difficult. Anyways, so we're gonna have 2 green circuits. Not like this. Wait a minute. How do I want to set this up? Can I get this closer? I cannot. This is gonna have to be. Ooh, that is really, that is so unfortunate. Okay, so since that is gonna give us a little trouble, I really don't want to remove this one and remove. Actually, I don't need to remove this one over here. So we can do something like this. Blue can just hop over. It is what it is. Okay, let's get this figured out. All right, so this is green. This is green. This is red. And blue will have to go here and hop over. That's not even the hard part. The hard part's going to be this. Oh. That is going to cause problems. I would rather not skip this RoboPort, but it seems like that might be an option. If this was all, it would have to be 2 back. Do I really want to break this up? Okay, I am going to pull every single bit of this back by 2, so I will be back shortly. All right, so let's get this hooked up. So that is green circuits. Green circuits are coming out this way. This can go back here. Sulfuric acid is going to be, let's make it deeper. I feel like it's going to really get in our way, so let's just, can I hop this whole thing? I can. So this is where the blue circuits are going to come out, right? Yeah. Okay, so we need to get red out. That's going to be this one. Blue also needs to come out. And this is green. Oh, come on. Really? I used like, I don't know, well over 2,500 belts to get all of this wrapped around. It was pretty wild. Okay, so this is green. All right, where'd the gears go? Bro. There we go. Okay, so where were we? This is red coming through to here. And green. Suppose we probably didn't need to bring this all the way down, because we're not going to be using that much anyways, so that can just... This can just be a lane by itself. We won't ever add on to this. This is going to be as large as this build will get, I believe. I could be wrong. If not, then, well, we can always change it up. And the last thing we needed was the blue here. Oh, and we need sulfuric acid too. Oh, no, we have the sulfuric acid. We just have to get it. Let's see here. Rip. Oh, no. That's fine. We're still good. There, okay. Last thing we need is power. And we have quality, yes? Yes. Power should be easy. I don't know, okay, so some people don't like using substations, and I'm not really sure why. I love them to death. Okay. Missed out on... We just need some power. Alright, let's get this powered, and then we are going to turn this in this episode. Is that it? Are we good? Yeah, okay. And then reconnect everything. Alright, so let's get this connected. So it should, for the most part, just be pretty straightforward, I think. I guess we're about to find out. This is not going to be straightforward at all. What was I thinking? And that did not help the situation at all. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to do some funky stuff. I'm 90% sure, because just this one alone will not line up with anything. What if I give us lots of space? I'm still not going to line up. I would need to be able to get somewhere in here. Alright, well, it is what it is. Yeah, that can't work there anyways. That would contaminate that line. I mean, we could... Okay, so here's... No. Scratch that. If I had the blue go up one, how much room would that give me? Well, I guess we're about to find out. Okay, so that's that. This can then... Okay, so I've had a similar situation before where I want to be careful with this. So I want red circuits to be filtered for inequality on the left-hand side. Because if we were to just set this up like this, then we would have red circuits that would be coming into this underground, and we definitely don't want that. So this is going to filter this in this way and still allow us to underground this. So that is good there. This has to be this belt. We don't really have a choice, which means that this belt is going to be the funky one. Because even if if we only had red belts, I could almost get it in there. Tell you what, how about, since we're, I mean, this is basically an empty belt anyways, so does that just solve our problem? We're still gonna have to do some funky stuff, but that's okay. It'll have to be something like this. That is not gonna work out. No, that is still not gonna work out. Okay, that should be fine. This brings in these two. Did I even need this underground? Probably not. So this just goes into this one, and this one goes into this line. Okay, that is good enough for me. So red is good. Blue is good. Okay, so I think that just about does it. These are all crafting. Not as many green circuits as I would have liked coming in, but you know what? It is what it is. Excuse me, what is going on here? Uh-oh. Let's see. No green circuits coming into the red circuits. This is probably a quality problem. Yep, we are backing up on quality. That's okay, because in the next episode, we're going to start to take care of that problem a little bit. We're going to start making some LDS, so that'll start to take care of some of this this backup. We will... Like, the part of the problem is that we're not using copper as fast as we're using... Or maybe we're using copper faster. I don't know. Anyways, so... we will have some LDS to help get rid of this. That is okay. This is expected, and we are going to solve that problem later. We're probably going to end up having to do... Like, it is going to eventually be a problem, because these things don't really... They're not consumed at the same rate, but they are all kind of, I guess, becoming quality at the same rate, roughly. So we will have to kind of put our finger on the scale and deal with that a little bit. Anyways, that is going to be it for me for this episode. In the next episode, we will start to consume a lot more of this copper with the LDS, which is going to go here. So, I will see you in that episode. We're also going to fiddle around with Well, I think we're gonna have a little bit of fun. So we're gonna deal with engines, and we're gonna deal with electric engines, and um, I have an idea on how we're gonna manage that and um, manage the potential quality problems with that as well. So we will deal with that, and hopefully that'll kind of start to set up how we're gonna end up dealing with some more of the items coming up soon. Like we're gonna need to start making some kind of like a mall. Like I'm not really gonna make a full-fledged mall, but I do want to have a situation. I do want to have a mall. Oh, okay, I'll call it a mall. I do want to have kind of like a mall that will eventually start to take care of a lot of that problem where we have, quality building up. It will. What I'm going to attempt to do is try to set it up in a way, and this will be the first time that we actually start filtering stuff. I'm going to try to set it up in a way where we can kind of filter stuff, and we're going to leave room for potential upcycling. So once we get the recyclers, that will kind of take care of a lot of like the churn through the belts and help with the stagnant nature of the belts. And then anything that is kind of like look at all this quality. Anything that's kind of building up, we will probably end up with a dedicated section over here that is kind of deals with like maybe filtering and upcycling the stuff that comes through here if there's too much, or just destroying things if there's too much. I haven't really decided on that yet, but yeah, so that is going to be it for me. I will see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.